everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be making, as I said, our own deodorant. The things you'll need are organic arrowroot powder. This I picked up from like eBay or Amazon. Make sure it's organic and that it's pure. We have some pure baking soda here, Almond Hammer one. Sorry about the rip on the top. We have pure coconut oil. This one is refined, but if you can get unrefined and cold pressed, that would be better for you. But this one is organic, so it's fine. We have an empty deodorant case. So this is the one that I normally use with the stick. You're going to wind it so that it's all the way down back to the bottom. There is a tiny bit left in the bottom, but we won't be using that because by the time I get to the bottom, I'll probably fill it back up again anyway. We have some lavender essential oil here from Holland & Barrett. You can use any essential oil you like, so you can use peppermint or lemon or anything really, anything you like the smell of. Pink peony is nice, but I couldn't find it. We have a lovely clean jar, which we're going to make our mixture in, and we have a saucepan here with water, which is full up to about a fifth of the way up. So first of all, the first start of your process is you're going to start by warming up your water. So I'm going to pop that on a medium heat. We don't want it completely bubbled over, we just want it so it's nicely boiling. So we're just going to wait for that to boil. Also, you will need a tablespoon, forgot to mention that. This is an old one, so sorry it's really scratched, but yeah, it's best to use not one of your best spoons that you eat with. Just going to give you a few of the benefits. So arrowroot powder, what this will do is absorb the moisture, and it is also gluten free, so you can cook with it as well. It's a bit like flour, but it's starchy. The reason we're using coconut oil is because coconut oil kills the fungi on the skin. So any yeast or bacteria that's living on the skin, it will kill that. Not completely, but enough. Baking soda helps to neutralise odour and smells, so that's what gets rid of, like, you know, the BO kind of smell. And then this is to replace the smell of what they put in the modern deodorants. So they often will put essential oils in modern deodorants, but sometimes they'll use fragrances and a lot of chemicals. So this is like a natural way of making deodorant. I've never done anything like this before, so just bear with me, but I have thoroughly researched it, and this is the easiest way to make it. So we are boiling here, so that's great. So our water's boiling. What we're going to do is we're going to make sure it's on a medium heat, so not too high, so otherwise the glass will crack. We're going to pop our glass into the middle of the saucepan like that, and then turn it down to a very, very low heat, so like number 1 or 2. I'm not sure what your cookers are, but just turn it down so it's very, very low, but the water stays hot. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add 2 big tablespoons of coconut oil. So sometimes it helps if you use another spoon to get it into the jar. And if your coconut oil is at room temperature, that will be easier for you to get it out of the jar as well. Out of the packet rather, and into the jar. So that's 1. And then there's 2. So if you look inside the jar, you'll see that the coconut oil is starting to melt in there. So we're just gonna wait for that to melt inside the jar. Quite satisfying to watch, really. Okay, so as you can see, we've got a tiny little bit of coconut left, and that's pretty much all melted now. So now you're going to pop in 2 big tablespoons of your arrowroot powder. Look how white it looks with the flash. It's actually a little bit more yellowy in real life. Let's pop that in. It's very fine, this powder. 1. Don't worry about making a mess, because obviously you can clear it up afterwards. And it's fun. Who cares? 2. Now we're just going to give that a mix. If you look inside the jar, look at my hands covered in root powder. It's very hard not to get messy doing this kind of thing. So if you look inside the jar, it will be like a kind of melted paste. It should be very watery and not very thick. And you're just going to mix that all in together. So it should drip off the spoon. Okay, next we're going to take 2 big tablespoons of our baking powder. 1. Don't know why I I sound like a child when I count things. 1, 2. And then we're going to mix all that in together. Make sure I get every last drop. Look at my hands. And as you can see, it's started to thicken up inside the jar. So it's becoming more of like a textured mixture. But just make sure it doesn't go hard, so just keep mixing. So then you're going to take your essential oil and you're just going to add a few drops of this into your deodorant. So as I said, you can use whatever oils you like. Just want to add like 2 or 3 drops in there. Give that a mix. And now it's ready to spoon into our deodorant case. So I'm going to take the spoon. If you pour it, it's going to go everywhere. So it's so much better if you just use a spoon. Pop the spoon in, and then we're just going to fill it up so that it's level with the top of the deodorant case. We don't want it to spill over the top. What do we think? Tiny little bit more. Weeny bit more. Oh, it smells amazing. Okay, so we're just going to level up the top. Obviously you can clean around the edges if you like, just mind your fingers, make sure it's not too hot. And then what we're going to do is we are going to pop the lid onto our deodorant. I don't know if you can see that properly, it looks a bit bright. There we go. So as you can see, it's all level. It is very liquidy at the moment, so don't put it in obviously sideways. We're going to keep it standing up. We're going to pop our lid on. It doesn't have to be all the way on if you don't want to spill it. And we're just going to pop this in the fridge for a couple of hours, and then we'll come back in a few hours and I'll let you know how it's turned out. So as you can see, I do have a little bit of mixture left over, and instead of wasting it, I'm just going to keep it in this jar, or you can put it in a little pot. It will probably go hard by itself, but then in future, if you just pop this jar back into the water, it should melt back down. Because the base of it is coconut, it should melt into a liquid form like coconut oil does. So yeah, waste not, want not, and all that. In 3 hours, I left it a little bit long, so we're going to take it out of the fridge now, and we're going to open it and have a look and see what it looks like. It's pretty hard, and I'm really impressed with it. It smells really nice. Obviously, as soon as you start to touch it, it will probably melt. Hey guys, so I've just washed under my arm, so it's completely clean and fresh, so that we can have a fair judgment of this deodorant. Sorry, I'm in my bathroom. So, as you can see, it's already got the product on the top, so I don't need to twist it. So I'm literally just going to apply a few strokes. Don't get weird, I'm showing my underarm, everyone's got one. So, I mean, I don't know if you can see, but it's quite like oily, but I'm hoping that will sink into the skin in a little while. So I'll give you an update. Sorry about all my chins. Hi everyone, so it's been about 3 hours, I'd say. I've done the washing up, I've just done a few bits here and there, tidied up and whatnot. So I'm just going to have a little check now, and it has sunk in. You can tell that there's something on the skin, not to be gross, but I can still smell the lavender a little bit. It's not as strong as when I first put it on, obviously. I'll do another update at the end of the day, maybe when I've been for a walk, or, you know, done something where I may be able to sweat a little bit. Sorry about the quality of this video and the fact that I have zero makeup on, but I just wanted to give you an update. Hey everyone, so it's the end of the day, and I'm actually really impressed with it, to be honest. It did sink in after about half an hour. It did have a bit of a like chalky oily feel, but only slightly on the surface of the skin. You know, like any kind of stick deodorant would. Takes a while to sink in, doesn't it? Obviously, it doesn't have any white marks because it doesn't have any talc in it. Nothing to stain your clothes. Like I say, just wouldn't put your clothes on straight after you've used it. Wait till it's sunk in a little bit. I can't really notice a smell. I don't know if that's because I haven't done much working out today or what. I'm actually really impressed with it. Everyone's skin is different, so just give it a try and it might work for you. But yeah, I'm quite happy with it, and I think I'm going to keep using it because it's got no chemicals in. And so far so good. It doesn't seem to be making me sweat more or anything like that. Unfortunately, the smell of the lavender started to fade after a couple of hours, so I probably would put in a few more drops of the essential oil. Other than that, I'm really happy with it, and yeah, they feel nice and soft, and I'm going to keep using it. So let me know how you get on if you start to make one for yourself. Bye!